Hello everyone, welcome to the medical world. If you have chosen any course in the medical industry, in the first year itself you will be learning the subject anatomy. So what is this anatomy? Anatomy is the study of structure of the body. And this word anatomy is derived from a Greek word called as anatome, that means cutting up. This is because if we cut open the body, we can see the structure of internal organs and how the interior of the body is designed. So that's why we are correlating the term cutting up and anatomy. So dissection is the procedure of cutting the body parts in order to visualize the interior. And why to learn anatomy? Any professional in the medical industry will be dealing with the human body. So the basic knowledge about the structure of human body or the body parts, that is very essential in order to deal with the diseased conditions or the treatment aspect or the investigatory procedure. And you students have to learn anatomy because you have to pass your exam first time itself. So this is another purpose of learning anatomy in exam point of view. Next, let us see what are the subdivisions or subspecialties of anatomy. The first one is cadaveric anatomy. Cadaveric anatomy is the study of anatomy with the help of cadavers or dead bodies. So as we have mentioned earlier, dead bodies we can cut open and we can see how the interior is. Usually in the medical colleges and other institutions, dead bodies are used for studying the anatomy. Second specialty is living anatomy. So that means in the living subject we can learn the structure of body parts. So this is called as living anatomy. And the third one is embryology. That's also called as developmental anatomy. So embryology means, so that's the intrauterine development before birth, how the babies are developed before birth, right from the fertilization till a viable full-fledged fetus is developed. So this is called as embryology. So there you have general embryology and systemic embryology. So next is histology, also called as microscopic anatomy. Remember, the cells or the tissue level structure we cannot appreciate with the naked eye. So there in such occasions we can use the help of microscope in order to visualize the tiny structures. That is called as microscopic anatomy. Next branch is surface anatomy. So in the body itself, we can have a surface marking of various internal organs. For an example, on the skin surface, you can locate where exactly the heart is located, where exactly the lungs are located, where is the liver, and where are the kidneys and other abdominal organs. So on the body surface, on the skin surface, you can mark where exactly these organs are located. So this is called as surface marking and surface anatomy. Next specialty is radiographic and imaging anatomy. So remember, we can explore the interior with the help of radiographic films and radiographic technologies. For an example, X-ray. In the X-ray, you can see how the structure of the bones are. And also you can utilize the MRI scanning or CT scanning techniques in order to visualize even the soft tissue structures also. This branch is called as radiology, and this imaging technique is radiographic techniques. Next is clinical anatomy, or also called as applied anatomy. So if you learn any body parts or any organs, at the end you can have a clinical application. For an example, if you learn about the lungs, after learning the detailed anatomy of the lung, you can have a clinical application or applied anatomy. For an example, pneumonia, and also the lung cancer or bronchogenic carcinoma. So these application, the clinical application of any body part, that you can include under clinical anatomy or applied anatomy. Next is the genetics. In genetics, you will be learning the gene level or the chromosomal level study of the structure. So that knowledge you can apply in the genetic disorders also. Next, let us see what are the various approaches to learn anatomy. So anatomy we can learn region wise, that is called as regional anatomy. For an example, anatomy of head and neck region, anatomy of upper limb, like that. Region wise we can learn anatomy. Again, we have systemic approach, that is system-wise anatomy. So systemic anatomy means we can learn the structure system-wise. For an example, anatomy of digestive system, anatomy of cardiovascular system, anatomy of renal system, like that various systems also we can learn. So these are the two approaches to learn anatomy: regional anatomy and systemic anatomy.